Yo, yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. 5 beats, 5 reviews, that's what I do. And this is episode 223. We're getting there. It's, man, it's been so long. It's been so long doing these. But still, it's good to get feedback. It's good to give feedback and all that stuff. So, yeah, let's get into it. All right, so first up, we've got 5-Star MC with Closer I Get. All right, let's check it out. Alright. Okay, so that was 5-Star NC with Closer I Get. Now, that was a real good head nodder right there. I really like that. There's a good bounce to it, like with the drum pattern, you know, but also the sound of the drums. I really like that. You know, actually, I was just making a beat yesterday, and I came up with a pattern similar to that, and it just sounds really good. You know, it just fills it up really nicely and all that stuff. But the sample's really good. Of course, the original song is very nice and all that. But I know that's the style that you have, where the samples are, just cutting in and out like that. I'm not a fan of that, because I prefer my chops to be more fluid and to have something in the background. So, for example, with the original song, Closer I Get to, with that one, I would have put something like maybe some of the strings just quietly in the background, and then have my chops over that, and just play around with it, like that or whatever. But still, with this style, I know some people prefer to have this kind of chopping style and whatnot and stuff. But for what you have, it's pretty good. It's just that, like I said, it's just not my preference. But it is nice. I do like it. It does. It's not as fluid as I prefer, but still, it does sound really good, because the original is really good, of course. And I do like the change-ups you have. It's not just the same pattern all the way through. So, like I said, that with the drums, it's really, really good. So, maybe if you want to try in the other style, like a more fluid style, but still, I do like this. It's like I said, it's a good head nodder. Alright, so next up we've got Dead Bass Records with ADHD. Let's check it out. Alright. Okay, so that was Dead Bass Records with ADHD. Now this one surprised me because I really like the piano that you have, but then when you brought in that synth and whatnot, it was just like I wasn't crazy about it, but then when you brought in the rest, like especially with the low end and the drums and all that stuff, it just blended in really nicely. So good job on that. You know, I was surprised because I thought, I hope he doesn't keep it just like that with just that part, whatever. But once the rest came in, yeah, it did sound really nice together and all that stuff. And then it kind of grew on me in a way, I guess, as I kept listening and all that. But still, it does sound really good. Drum work is really good. And I do like the little vocal snippets coming in and stuff. That was a nice addition. But I think overall, it's just the the progression of the beat and the mix. That's what really stood out to me. So I do like that. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of that sound you have at the beginning, right after the piano. But like I said, once it blends in with the rest, it's fine. You know. So I mean, it's weird like that when you get certain sounds or even samples or whatever where it doesn't sound great on its own, but once you bring it in with other stuff, of course, then it makes a big difference and all that stuff. So for this one, yeah, I like it. Yeah, good job. All right, so next up we've got Elroy SCM with Like That. Let's check it out. Right. Okay, so that was Elroy SCM with Like That. And with this one, I thought it was going to be like, I thought that was just like an intro to the beat or whatnot. So I because it was so quiet, but then I was looking at the waveform of it and I realized, why it was still filling out, up to about -1 dB or whatever it was. It's because the kick, the kick is just spiking really loud there. So that's why, but the rest of it sounds very, very quiet, the whole mix and all that stuff. So, what I was thinking is if you got rid of the the kick and snare, for example, bring everything else up, and then you have some sort of like some louder drums or drum break, whatever. But let's say some kind of drum loop or something like that, or just your own drums on top of that. But something like this, usually I recommend like a drum loop, like some kind of break or something to put on top, just to kind of, give it more life, if you will, rather than just a kick, snare. And especially because of that kick, the way it just fills out the whole space, it's just spiking all the way through. So it's, you can't really hear the rest of the music unless you want to really spike, that kick or whatever. So that'd be my only complaint, was that, because the music sounded okay. I mean, obviously we need some change up and whatnot, but still, for what you have, I do like the way the melody sounds. It's just that the drums need to be fixed, you know what I mean? So to me, it's just that kick, so yeah, but like usually it's like a drum break. I would recommend do something like that, because that way you loop that, and then you have that with your melody and stuff, and you see how much of a difference it makes than just the the kick snare that you have right now. All right, so next up we've got Fury Beats with Fear Seeker. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Fury Beats with Fear Seeker. With this one, it's interesting because I really do think that just the drum loop and those keys is pretty much all you need, you know, because the sound of it right away just reminded me of something from the 90s, let's say, where you just, you know, you leave so much open because you need space for the vocals, for the rapper and stuff. So you could, you know, add something on top of it, but like something very minimal. That's why I think, you know, you hear so many beats back then where they had, you know, something like that, plus maybe some horns here and there and stuff. Just something minimal because, again, you're leaving space open for the vocals and whatnot. So really, I think that's all you need, because the other stuff, it sounds okay for what you have, but I wouldn't recommend that, you know, like it just, I think it's mainly because of the way it's sitting in the mix. It's a little too loud in the mix, so maybe that just kind of takes away from the rest. But still, I think just the drum break, those keys, maybe even some horns or something, or just like a couple of little guitar parts, whatever, just, you know, fading in and out or whatever, you know, something like that. I think that's all you need, really, you know, and or even some scratches if you can put some scratches on that and stuff, you know. But yeah, I like it. It does sound good. I like the break. I like the keys and all that stuff. But the other stuff, like I said, I don't think it's really needed. But if you keep it in, okay. But I would still just keep it at a minimum, though. All right. So next up, we've got the last beat. It's Lunum Beats with "We Got a Runner." Let's check it out.
Officer down. We need backup. Roger that. Got a runner here. Repeat last message. How's everything going? He's running. Okay, everybody. Shots fired. Where's my backup? Gotta run. He's running. Need a strip search over here. Gotta run. He's run. He's run. Surround him. Gotta run.
All right. Okay, so that was Luna Beats with We Got a Runner. And with this one, you know, I really like it. It's smooth because the piano, of course, right? Very, very smooth piano. And it just becomes hypnotic, really, because it just sounds so smooth, really. It's really good. So I do like the addition of, you know, the police radio and all that stuff all the way through. So that's good, because otherwise, you know, it just sounds a little empty if you don't have something else on top. So I like to do that too sometimes. I'll just put something from a movie or whatever on top, just to kind of fill some space here and there. So yeah, good job on that. So the piano is very nice. I did hear that the very, very light strings, so that was a nice addition. And the kick is good. The snare, I would change the snare. That you know, pretty much my only complaint was the snare. It just kind of falls flat for my liking and stuff, but still, overall though, I like it because of that piano, because I'm just listening to it and I'm like, you know what, it's like I'm at the end of the beat already. It's like it's so hypnotic and all that stuff. So so definitely keep that piano, that's for sure. But the snare, yeah, I would swap out the snare, you know, something light, because, you know, it's like I said, it's a smooth beat, so you don't need anything crazy. But yeah, good beat. All right, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I'll keep reviewing them. And the winner is, drum roll please, Dead Bass Records with ADHD. Let's check it out.